What's going on, guys? This is Miasin and welcome to my branded DESPIA deck profile. This is pretty much the optimized version of what I was personally able to build on, this deck post the new support. I want to say that even though Tearlaments is still the superior fusion deck, this deck has a lot going for it and people do not respect this deck anymore. So if you can actually catch people off guard and you're a skillful player and you have a lot of experience with this deck, like if you're Endress Taurus, for example, you can absolutely top a YCS with this deck and potentially go extremely far because, again, people don't really, they're not really prepared for something that they are now underestimating and only really preparing for Splight and Tearlaments. So if you're playing a deck that you understand well and that your opponents might not understand well, you're always in the driver's seat. So before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram, and now let's get right into it. So for the monsters, I'm playing one Albion the Shrouded Dragon. You can send Branded Sword if you want to, or the Retribution, the counter trap. So Sword allows you to recycle back a banished monster that lists Fallen of Albaz as a, in the card text from your banished to your hand, or you can play Retribution, which recycles back a branded spell or trap card from your graveyard to your hand. Both of those cards are pretty cool, but I'm actually not playing a single one of them. So I'm only playing Albion as like a foolish for Albaz, which can come up because it can make your branded in red live, and like as an upstart goblin. So it's a searchable card off of Mercourier, you might as well. There is basically no drawback to playing this card. I like it a lot, to be honest, but you never need to play more than one. And it makes Allure of Darkness with Mercourier so much better because you draw 3 cards, which is really cool. Alright, now for the other monsters, one Ad Libitum, it becomes very breaky if you play more than one. And I believe that you do not need Dramaturge to make this deck function. And you wouldn't really want to play more bricks, so yeah. One Artifact Scythe, people used to play Fairy Tale Snow. Now, all we're really doing is that we're replacing Snow with Artifact Scythe. And basically, instead of turboing out Branded in red as soon as possible, when you're going first, you actually turbo out the Branded Expulsion. And then on your opponent's draw phase or standby, you revive back the Artifact Scythe, as well as one monster on your opponent's field to play around Imperm, Gamma, and whatever else. Everything basically except Dark Ruler and DD Crow and stuff like that. Yeah, you can sight lock your opponent, which is absolutely fantastic. Now for the other monsters, triple Aluber, triple Fallen of Albaz, triple Edgem Chain, one Mercourier, and triple Tragedy. So Aluber is a no-brainer. Fallen of Albaz is there at 3 because sometimes you have Branded Fusion and it gets ashed, but if you have a way to polymerization, you can still fuse for like your big boy Mirror Jade by using Fallen of Albaz as well as any other dark monster or even light monster, and then using the effect of Albion or Lubellion to make the Mirror Jade. And the Edgem Chain is there at 3 for obvious reasons because of Patchwork and Poly. Old school ratios, one Mercourier only, not the triple Mercourier route with Allure of Darkness, and triple Tragedy because I guess it's nice with Allure, but 2 copies is also definitely doable. Now for the spell cards, I'm on triple Allure. I didn't want to play a single hand shop in this deck because I want to be able to go Allure draw into my board breaking cards. So that's the reason why I'm main decking triple Dark Ruler and triple Super Poly, because you can actually draw them off of Allure or for turn or off of Guardian Chimera while you're actually breaking boards. You can break boards even more while you're doing it. And now for the other spells, triple Patchwork obviously, triple Branded Fusion, Foolish Burial, which is not actually needed. You can definitely take this card out. I want to say this deck does not really need Foolish Burial to send the Tragedy, but it's definitely an option if you want to play other cards, and in the side deck, it could be decent with Banshee. But yeah, it's just an idea, I guess. Call by the Grave, triple Branded Opening, double Branded in red, one Branded Lost, one Separation, so that you can revive back the Artifact Scythe, and one Banishment, which could actually move to the side deck, to be honest. Not just idea section, but actually as a real side option. If you don't really want to main deck the card, this is absolutely, more than enough. So if you want to play 40 cards, honestly, this is the best way to do it. And for the extra deck, I'm on double Guardian Chimera, double Mirror Jade, one Dragos Tapelia, but 2 is also very much doable. Double Lubellion, Masquerade, I don't think you ever need 3. You can play 2 or you can play 1, and then instead, you can either play Despin Quartus or the second Dragos Tapelia. One Titanic Lad, which could also be Alba Renatus or whatever. Triple Albion, again, the third one could be Alba Renatus. And finally, Garura and Mud Dragon of the Swamp for the Super Poly targets. And for the idea section, I think the majority of them are self-explanatory. Don't really have to explain much. Fairy Tale Snow, of course. Banshee with Zombie World against Flunderies and a bunch of decks like Dragon Link. Whatever, so many decks, like even Sword Soul to a certain extent. Whatever, the third Tragedy if you want to main deck it. DD Crow or Foolish Return for like the Mirror Match and stuff like that. Tearlaments. Yeah, Foolish, Twin Twister, Cross Out against the Mirror Match, or if you want to counter Dimensional Barrier. what you do is that you side in 3 cross out and 1 D-barrier. And if your opponent goes D-barrier, call fusion, you just chain cross out, call D-barrier, and he gets negated. A branded banishment, branded sword, D-barrier, red reboot, etc. So that's pretty much it for this short and sweet deck profile of branded DESPIA. Let me know your thoughts about this deck in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.